You are not here by accident. Let that understanding sink into the deepest marrow of your bones, into the very core of your being. In a universe that is governed by the immaculate laws of frequency, resonance, and vibration, there are no accidents. There are no coincidences. There is only resonance. Your eyes are not scanning these words as the result of a random algorithm, a chaotic digital echo, or a meaningless click in the void of the internet. No. Your arrival here, at this precise preordained moment in your linear timeline, is a divine appointment. It is a cosmic synchronicity of the highest order. It is the materialization of a call, a signal, a prayer that you have been sending out from the most silent, most sacred, and most powerful chamber of your own consciousness. This is not a video. This is a transmission. This is an activation. And it has been encoded with a specific frequency intended only for those who are ready to receive it. The fact that you are here, listening, watching, feeling, it is the universe's way of confirming that your own energetic signature has reached the required threshold. You have been chosen, not by an external force, but by your own soul's readiness. Something profound is shifting within you. You have felt it, haven't you? A subtle, almost imperceptible tremor in the very foundation of your reality. A quiet but persistent dissonance beneath the noise and chaos of your daily life. It is a feeling that the world you have been taught to see, the world of hard facts and solid limitations, is incomplete. It feels like a hologram that is beginning to flicker. It is the growing, undeniable suspicion that the identity you have carried, the name, the history, the failures, and the fears, are not you. They are a costume you have been wearing, a program you have been running, and that program is now coming to an end. This feeling, this subtle unrest, this divine dissatisfaction is the first echo of your true self. It is the whisper of your expanded quantum identity, signaling that it is time to remember. Not to learn, but to remember the infinite, staggering power you have always held. You are standing at the threshold of a great reorganization. The very architecture of your perceived reality, the beliefs, the patterns, the relationships, and the identities that once defined you are preparing to dissolve. They are dissolving to make way for a new architecture, a new reality to crystallize around a new center, your awakened consciousness. This process of dissolution can be terrifying for the human mind. The ego, the part of you that identifies with the old program, is screaming. It can feel like chaos, like confusion, like you are losing your grip on who you are. But you must understand, what you are experiencing is not an ending. It is a calibration. It is an energetic upgrade. You are being prepared to receive and to hold a new broadcast, a new stream of reality that is vibrating at a much higher frequency. This transmission has found its way to you because you are ready for this upgrade. You have passed an unseen test. You have done the work. Every challenge you have ever faced, every tear you have ever shed, every moment you chose love in the face of fear, every time you questioned the limits of your reality and dared to ask, is this all there is? It has all been tuning your energetic instrument. You have been preparing for this shift for lifetimes, and now the portal is open. The only question that remains is not if you are ready. Your very presence here confirms your readiness beyond all shadow of a doubt. The only question is, are you willing? Are you willing to consciously, bravely, and completely step through this gateway? Are you willing to release your grip on the familiar, predictable, and safe shoreline of your old identity and surrender to the magnificent, unpredictable quantum ocean of your true potential? What is coming will leave your old self breathless. This is the moment your reality cracks open. This is the beginning. For most of human history, our species has been living in a deep, collective, hypnotic sleep. We have been conditioned to build our entire reality, our entire sense of self, from the outside in. We are taught from the moment we are born to look to the external world, the world of form, of matter, of circumstances, of other people's opinions, for our validation, our security, and our permission to feel whole. This is the grand illusion. This is the consensus trance that has kept humanity bound in chains of limitation for millennia. Think with radical honesty about how you begin your day. Do you wake up and before your feet even touch the floor, you reach for your phone? Do you immediately check the external world to see who you are? You check your email, your messages, your social media to see who needs you, who approves of you, who validates your existence. You look at the number in your bank account to decide if you are allowed to feel abundant and secure. You look at your reflection in the mirror to determine if you are worthy of love. You look at the global news to decide if you should feel fear or peace. This is the backward living paradigm. We have become a species of profound spiritual amnesia. We are like kings and queens who have forgotten our royalty, dressed in rags, begging for scraps from the very kingdom we own. We have become mesmerized by the movie playing on the screen of our lives, forgetting that we are the ones in the projector booth. We are not just holding the film. We are the light that projects it. We have been shouting at the movie, crying at the shadows on the wall, begging the reflection to change first so that we can then feel permission to feel better. But the universe does not work that way. The quantum field does not respond to your pleas. It responds to your signal. Here is the fundamental truth you are here to remember, the truth that will shatter this illusion. This entire three-dimensional experience is a reflection. It is a flawless, instantaneous quantum mirror. It is not creating your reality. It is revealing your past reality. The world you see out there is nothing more and nothing less than a perfect lagging indicator of your internal state. It is a physical printout of your dominant habitual beliefs, your unconscious assumptions, and the vibrational frequency you have been holding until now. That's right. The reality you are perceiving, the facts of your life, are fossils. They are echoes of a frequency you were broadcasting yesterday, last week, last year, and you are using these old echoes, these fossils, as your reason to keep broadcasting the same old frequency today. It is a perfect, self-perpetuating loop of limitation. I feel lack because my bank account is empty, you say. But in truth, the bank account is empty because your dominant frequency has been one of lack. I feel lonely because I am alone. But in truth, you are alone because your dominant frequency has been one of I am not worthy of love. The mirror cannot smile first. The reflection cannot change the source. You, your consciousness, your alignment, your state of being. You are the source. The breakthrough, the quantum leap happens in the very instant you stop asking the reflection for permission. It happens when you finally, bravely turn your gaze 180 degrees away from the screen, away from the external proof, and reclaim your infinite sovereign power as the conscious projector, the dreamer of the dream. You are here to stop reacting to the world and start creating it. You have arrived at what quantum physicists call the collapse point. This is the moment, the sacred coordinate in space-time, where infinite possibility prepares to become a singular physical reality. Every meditation you have ever done, every visualization you have held, every affirmation you have spoken, every single moment you chose to hold the frequency of faith over the frequency of fear has been amplifying your signal. It has been building a charge. It has brought you step by step to this exact precipice. You are standing at the event horizon of your own becoming, the moment before the quantum wave collapses into the new particle of your experience. To grasp this, you must understand the most fundamental and most magical principle of your reality. At the subatomic level, the building blocks of your world, nothing is solid. Particles do not exist as fixed things in a fixed place until they are observed. Before an act of conscious observation, they exist in a state of superposition, a vibrating invisible wave of pure potential. They are everywhere and nowhere. They are every possible outcome simultaneously. They are the healed you and the sick you, the abundant you and the poor you, all existing at once in this field of potential. It is the act of your consciousness, your focused attention and expectation, that collapses that infinite wave of potential into a single, specific, physical particle. A single, specific, physical reality. Your deepest, most cherished dreams, the abundant life, the profound love, the healed body, the creative fulfillment, they are not distant future fantasies you must work hard to achieve. They are real, vibrational potentials existing right now in the quantum field. They are in superposition, just waiting for you, the observer, to align with their frequency, waiting for you to collapse them into your three-dimensional experience. And that moment of collapse, that quantum leap, is now approaching with the inevitability of a sunrise. But here is the part of the journey that tests the soul. This is the part where most people turn back, right at the gates of their miracle. Before the new creation can materialize, there must be a void. There must be a space. Every great creation in the cosmos, from a galaxy to a star to a single human life, is first preceded by a void. It is preceded by darkness, by emptiness, by a space of pure, undifferentiated potential. Before a star is born, there is a dark nebula of undifferentiated gas. Before a seed can sprout, it must be completely surrendered to the total darkness and silence of the soil. This void, this period of stillness and apparent nothingness, is the most misunderstood, most feared, and most potent part of the entire creative process. You may be in this sacred void right now. It is the space where the old identity, the old job, the old relationship has dissolved, but the new one has not yet crystallized. It feels like stagnation. It feels like silence. It feels like your prayers are echoing in an empty chamber and the universe has forgotten you. This is what the mystics have called the dark night of the soul. But it is not a punishment. It is a privilege. This perceived emptiness is not absence. It is potency. It is the quantum field in its purest, most powerful state, the zero-point field. This is the sacred womb where your consciousness is gestating your new reality. The problem is, our human minds abhor a vacuum. We panic in the darkness. We interpret the sacred, necessary pause as failure. We assume the silence means no, when it actually means it is being prepared. The universe must create a vacuum to draw in the new manifestation. It is cleaning house. It is uninstalling the old operating system. The seeming delay, the closed doors, the emptiness. This is not punishment. This is preparation. This is incubation. Your only job in the void is not to panic and fill it with the static of your old fears. Your job is to be still, to hold the frequency, to trust the divine germination process that is happening in the unseen, right at the very threshold, when your manifestation is fully formed in the quantum field and is moments away from breaking through into your physical reality. The final guardian appears. This guardian is the gatekeeper of your old paradigm. It is not an external force. It is not a demon or a devil. It is your own mind. It is the ego, the survival mechanism that has spent your entire life operating on one simple command: keep me safe. And to the ego, safe means known. Safe means predictable. Safe means the past. As the ego senses the impending birth of the new, as it feels the ground shifting, as it senses the unknown approaching, it does the only thing it knows how to do. It panics. This is the threshold panic. This is the moment right before the miracle where you are suddenly inexplicably consumed by doubt. It is the moment you tighten your grip. After weeks or months of feeling good, of trusting, of flowing, of being in your new identity, you suddenly wake up and the old reality seems more real than ever. The doubts are deafening. Who are you kidding? This isn't working. This is all a fantasy. Look at your bank account. Look at your life. This is the moment you start frantically checking your phone for the call. You refresh your email, looking for the confirmation. You compulsively scan your external environment, desperately searching, pleading for any sign, any proof that it's working. This tightening, this desperate lurch for control and confirmation, this need to see it before you believe it, is the very energy that stops the manifestation in its tracks. It is the energetic equivalent of planting a seed, and then, the day before it's about to sprout, digging it up, shaking the dirt off and yelling, "Why aren't you growing?" You are suffocating the very thing you wish to birth. You are collapsing the quantum wave of your desire back into the particle of your old reality by observing its absence. The art of manifestation, in its final and most crucial stage, requires something that is profoundly, radically counterintuitive to the conditioned human mind: complete, total, energetic surrender. Now we must be clear. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is not passive resignation. Surrender is not giving up. Giving up is an act of despair. It is dropping the oar and saying, "I can't," from a place of defeat. Surrender is the highest and most active form of trust you can embody. Surrender is an act of profound courage. It is releasing the oar, not in defeat, but in partnership, trusting that the river of the universe knows exactly where it is going. It is the conscious and deliberate release of control. It is the moment you stop telling the infinite, omniscient universe how it must do its job. Look at the wisdom embedded in all of nature. A seed does not struggle to become a tree. It does not create a 5-year plan or worry about quarterly progress reports. It simply surrenders to the infinite, organizing intelligence that designed it. It trusts the same force that orchestrates the dance of galaxies and the rhythm of the tides. This is the frequency you are being invited to embody. What does this surrender truly mean in practice? It does not mean giving up your desire. You do not have to abandon what you wish to create. Surrender means giving up your attachment. It means giving up your rigid, suffocating attachment to the specific form, the specific timing, and the specific manner of its arrival. It means releasing the death grip on how your good must come to you. You have placed your order with the cosmic kitchen. Stop running into the kitchen to tell the master chef how to cook. When you hold a rigid, detailed picture of exactly what your manifestation must look like, who it must come from, and when it must arrive, you are offering the universe the tiniest, most narrow, most constricted channel through which to deliver it. But when you surrender, when you release the how and anchor all of your energy, all of your focus, into the feeling state of the what, when you focus on the essence of freedom, the essence of love, the essence of abundance, you blast open the infinite doors of possibility. You allow the quantum field to do what it does best, to surprise you, to delight you, to orchestrate synchronicities and deliver a reality far more magnificent, far more magical than your limited human mind could have ever conceived. Your entire experience of reality, everything you perceive as real, solid, and true, is dictated by the vibrational frequency you are broadcasting in every moment. You are a living, breathing, walking transmission tower. The signal you send out is a complex composite wave made up of the sum total of your thoughts, your dominant emotions, your deeply held beliefs, and your unconscious assumptions. This signal is your energetic signature. The quantum field, the infinite ocean of intelligent energy in which you exist, is not a person. It does not have a will. It does not judge you. It doesn't care if your signal is good or bad, positive or negative. It does not analyze your intentions. It simply and with flawless mathematical precision matches your signal. It acts as a perfect mirror, reflecting back to you the exact reality, the exact circumstances and events that are a perfect resonant match to your broadcast. In this entire universe of infinite complexity, there are truly only two fundamental frequencies, two core operating systems from which you can broadcast: the frequency of wanting or the frequency of receiving. The frequency of wanting is the operating system of lack. Think about the feeling of wanting. What is the subtext? What is the core unspoken broadcast? When you are in a state of wanting something, your energetic broadcast is, I do not have this. This thing I desire is separate from me. I am here, and my desire is over there. I am in a state of not having, and the quantum field, in its perfect impersonal obedience, receives your broadcast of not having and flawlessly mirrors it by providing you with more experiences of not having. This is why wanting and chasing and longing energetically push your desires further away. It creates a state of destructive interference where the frequency of your desire and the frequency of your broadcast cancel each other out. You cannot create abundance from a frequency of lack. You cannot create love from a frequency of loneliness. You cannot create health from a frequency of fear. It is a vibrational impossibility. This is the hamster wheel of manifestation. This is the struggle. The frequency of receiving, however, is the operating system of abundance. It is the frequency of knowing. It is the frequency of alignment. It is the relaxed, calm, confident, peaceful state of being that knows without a shadow of a doubt that what is desired is already yours in the quantum field. It is not something you are trying to get from out there. It is something you are allowing to materialize from in here. It is an energy of arrival, of presence, of readiness. This shift in perception, this conscious pivot from the frantic energy of wanting to the peaceful energy of receiving, is the single most powerful and transformative thing you can do. It changes your entire energetic signature. You stop broadcasting need and lack, and you start broadcasting readiness and worthiness. And the quantum field, which can only match your signal, begins to reorganize itself to reflect that new broadcast. This is where quantum entanglement becomes your greatest ally. Your consciousness is, and always has been, entangled with your desires. They are not separate. You and your desire are two particles that are part D of the same system. The only thing creating the illusion of separation is frequency. When you truly let go, when you shift from wanting to receiving, the invisible quantum threads connecting you to your manifestation begin to vibrate with a new, powerful, magnetic energy. This isn't just a metaphor. This is measurable science. High-frequency emotions, the emotions of the receiving state, like gratitude, which vibrates at 540 hertz, love, 528 hertz, and joy, 540 hertz, create constructive interference. They amplify your signal. They add to the wave of your desire, making it stronger, clearer, and faster. Low-frequency emotions, the emotions of the wanting state, like fear, 100 hertz, doubt, 125 hertz, and shame, 20 hertz, create destructive interference. They crash against the wave of your desire, creating static, noise, and cancellation. You simply cannot listen to the beautiful symphony of abundance while your radio dial is permanently tuned to the static of fear. Your job is to consciously, deliberately change the station. Here is the master key. This is the secret that, once truly understood, will unlock every door. This is the core teaching that separates those who manifest with effortless, magical grace from those who live in a state of perpetual exhaustion. Struggle. You do not attract what you want. You attract who you are. Read that again. Let it land. Your reality is not a reflection of your desires or your wishes. Your reality is a flawless reflection of your identity. Your identity is the collection of I am statements that you run on autopilot, mostly unconsciously. I am a person who struggles. I am unlucky in love. I am always just getting by. I am not good enough. These unconscious programs form your state of being, and that state of being is the signal you broadcast. Here is the fatal flaw in 99% of all manifestation techniques. They are attempted from the old identity. A person who identifies as lacking and poor sits down to do their abundance affirmations, but the feeling underneath is one of desperation. The broadcast is still, I am poor and I am trying to get rich. A person who identifies as lonely and unworthy tries to visualize a partner, but the feeling underneath is need. The broadcast is still, I am lonely and I need someone to fix me. This is an energetic contradiction. It is like trying to build a new, beautiful house on top of a rotten, crumbling foundation. The foundation of identity will always win. You cannot trick the universe. You cannot affirm your way out of a state of being that you have not changed. The invitation today is not to do more. It is to be more. You are being invited to stop trying to get what you want and to start being the person who already has it. This is the profound alchemical shift of identity. This requires a fundamental, radical change in how you use your imagination and your attention. Stop visualizing what you want as something distant from you, something out there that you are pulling to you. Start visualizing from the perspective of the one who already is it. Do not look at the beautiful car you desire. See the world through the windshield. Feel your hands on the steering wheel. Do not picture yourself receiving a check in the mail. Picture yourself paying your bills with a feeling of bored ease and gratitude, thinking, there is always more than enough. Do not visualize a generic, perfect partner coming to your door. Feel the specific, warm, safe feeling of already being in a loving, committed, respectful relationship. Ask yourself, and ask often, how does the version of me who is already wildly abundant move through their day? How do they walk? How do they breathe? What is the quality of the thoughts they think? How do they respond to challenges? What is the quiet, unspoken confidence they carry in their cells? And then you embody that. This is not faking it till you make it. That phrase is a lie from the old paradigm. Faking implies you are pretending to be something you are not. This is aligning with a deeper truth. In the quantum field, in the infinite now, all possibilities exist. The version of you who is struggling and the version of you who is thriving are not separated by time. They are separated by frequency. They are parallel realities, and they are both equally real and equally available. Transformation is not the slow, arduous, linear process of beaming that new person, of fixing the broken you. Transformation is the instantaneous quantum act of shifting your attention, your focus, and your feeling state from one already existing reality to the other. You simply stop animating the old timeline with your consciousness, and you begin to animate the new one. You are remembering what it feels like to be whole. You are remembering what it feels like to be abundant. You are remembering your true, divine, magnificent nature. When you consistently anchor into this new identity, you are no longer trying to manifest. You become the manifestation. You become the attractor. And from that powerful, centered state of being, what you desire flows to you with an effortlessness that will astonish your old self. It comes not because you earned it, but because you allowed it. Not because you're special, but because you are aligned. As you begin to consciously embody this new expanded identity, as you begin to vibrate at a higher, clearer frequency, you must be prepared. The old reality, the old program, the old identity, it will not go quietly into the night. As you turn up the light of your consciousness, everything that is not a match to that new high frequency will be illuminated. Everything that was hidden in the shadows of your subconscious will come to the surface to be seen, felt, and released. This is the final test. This is the guardian at the gate. This is resistance. Resistance will not show up as a monster with horns. It will show up in the most subtle, insidious, and logical forms. It will show up as sudden, overwhelming busyness, a flood of urgent tasks that conveniently distract you from your inner practices of meditation, visualization, and stillness. It will manifest as old relationships that suddenly flare up, demanding your energy, pulling you back into old dramas, and testing your newfound faith and boundaries. It will appear as circumstances, a final boss challenge, like an unexpected bill right when you start to feel abundant, or a rejection right when you start to feel worthy. These events seem to perfectly mirror the very limitation you are trying to transcend. This is not the universe conspiring against you. It is not a test of your worthiness. You are already worthy. This is the death rattle of the old old reality. It is the old energetic structure, the old program, making one final desperate attempt to keep you locked in the patterns that no longer serve your evolution. It is static from the old broadcast. Here is the key to navigating this phase without getting stuck, without being pulled back into the old loop. Do not fight the resistance and do not feed it. Whatever you resist, it persists. Whatever you fight, you strengthen. Going to war with your old patterns, your doubts and your fears only gives them more of your precious energy. Instead, you must become the conscious observer, the impartial witness. Acknowledge the resistance with a calm, detached awareness. Ah, there is the fear of lack. I see it. There is the old story of unworthiness. Hello, I recognize you. Acknowledge it the way you would acknowledge dark, stormy clouds passing through a vast, open blue sky. The clouds are temporary weather patterns moving through your awareness. They are not you. You are the sky. Your job is to remain anchored in the vast, peaceful, silent expanse of your chosen frequency, of your true identity, regardless of what weather patterns move through. And then, after the storm of resistance, comes the second guardian, the Great Stillness. This is the phase that almost no one talks about, and it is the phase where most people, even the dedicated ones, abandon their breakthrough. It is the final stage before the new reality physically manifests, and it looks and feels like absolutely nothing is happening. The resistance has faded, but the manifestation has not arrived. This is the quantum vacuum. This is the sacred intermission. This is the pregnancy pause. It is the moment after you have fully surrendered, but before the physical evidence has appeared. To the human mind, this stillness is terrifying. We interpret this divine pause as failure. We conclude, it didn't work. We believe our manifestation has failed, our prayers were not heard, and we give up. We drop the frequency, we go back to the old identity, and we do it right before the dawn. You must understand, this apparent stillness is not emptiness. It is pregnancy. It is the sacred fertile darkness of the womb. It is the universe behind the scenes are frantically restructuring all of reality to match your new broadcast. People are being moved, resources are being gathered, opportunities are being aligned. This is the moment the seed is in the darkness, gathering all of its energy, all of its life force for the final push through the soil. Your only job during this sacred stillness is not to dig up the seed. Your only job is to trust, to hold the frequency, to know that what is yours is already on its way. This stillness is not the absence of your manifestation, it is the presence of its incubation. When you are anchored in your new identity, in the calm, knowing frequency of receiving, your entire relationship with action is fundamentally reborn. The old world paradigm, the hustle and grind culture, dissolves. That entire model of reality is rooted in the frequency of lack and distrust. It is based on the core belief that the universe is withholding, that success is scarce, and that you must force reality to bend to your will through brute, relentless effort. This is forced action. Forced action feels heavy. It feels like you are swimming against a powerful, invisible current. It is exhausting, stressful, and draining. It comes from a place of impatience, fear, and doubt. It is powered by the thought, if I don't make this happen, it will never happen. This energy creates tension in your body, chaos in your mind, and massive static in your energetic field. It is you trying to kick down a door that the universe is trying to open for you. When you shift your identity, when you surrender to the void, and when you embody the frequency of receiving, you unlock a new, graceful, and infinitely more powerful way of moving through the world. This is inspired action. Inspired action is the universe moving through you. It is not something you do from a place of lack. It is something you are moved to do from a place of alignment. It feels light. It feels effortless. It feels energizing and aligned. It is the sensation of the river of life carrying you downstream. This action does not come from your logical, analytical, pro and con list mind. It arises spontaneously from your intuition, from your gut, from that deep, quiet, inner knowing. It is the sudden, unexplainable urge to drive a different way home from work, only to meet someone who has the exact answer you've been looking for. It is the spontaneous idea to call an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, only to have them offer you the perfect opportunity. It is the nudge to go to a specific coffee shop, to read a specific book, to click on a specific link. It is the right place, right time magic. This is the universe choreographing the synchronicities. This is your expanded future self, leaving you a trail of breadcrumbs to follow. Your only job is to be still enough to hear the whisper and brave enough to follow it, especially when it doesn't make logical sense. The logical mind is built from the past. Your inspired intuition is a signal from your future. This entire process requires a deep, radical trust in perfect timing, not human timing. Every great spiritual tradition on earth speaks of divine timing because it is a fundamental, immutable law of how manifestation operates in this dimension. Seeds do not sprout the moment they are planted. Babies are not born the moment they are conceived. A cake is not baked the moment you put it in the oven. There is an incubation period that is required. Your dreams, your desires, will not materialize the instant you have them because they are manifesting at the perfect time for the maximum impact and the minimum resistance. What you perceive as a delay from your limited, impatient human perspective is actually divine coordination from the quantum universal perspective. What looks like a delay is not a denial, it is preparation. The universe is not ignoring your request. It is loving you enough to give you something better than what you originally asked for. It is loving you enough to prepare you to be able to receive and hold the very miracle you've requested. Trust the intelligence that is orchestrating your life even, and especially, when you cannot see the bigger picture. The delay is not a no, the delay is a yes. And let's go deeper into the literal, beautiful quantum mechanics of what is actually happening in your energetic field right now. What does a breakthrough truly look like at the subatomic level? It does not look like a slow, gradual, linear climb up a mountain. It feels sudden. It feels like a disappearance and a reappearance. It feels like a leap. There is a real phenomenon in quantum physics called quantum tunneling. This is a process where a particle can pass directly through a solid barrier that, according to the laws of classical physics, should be impossible to cross. The particle does not go over the barrier or around it. It simply disappears from one side and instantaneously reappears on the other. It tunnels through the limitation. Your consciousness is about to experience its own version of quantum tunneling. You will suddenly find yourself on the other side of limitations, financial, emotional, physical, that have seemed absolutely solid and insurmountable for your entire life. One day you are struggling, trapped by the same old pattern, hitting the same wall. The next day you wake up and that pattern, that wall, simply does not exist in your reality anymore. It's not that you overcame it. It's not that you fought it and won. It's that your consciousness tunneled through the barrier into a parallel reality where that limitation never existed. How is this possible? Because you are not changing your world. You are shifting to a new one. In the infinite, holographic quantum field, all possible versions of you exist simultaneously right now. The struggling version, the limited version, the heartbroken version, and the magnificent, abundant, healed, confident, and whole version. They are all equally real. They are all equally valid. They are not separated by time or distance. They are separated only by frequency and vibration. Transformation is not the slow, arduous, linear process of trying to fix the broken you. It is the instantaneous quantum act of shifting your attention, your focus, and your feeling state from one already existing timeline, the one you don't want, to the other, the one you do. You simply stop animating the old reality with your consciousness. You let that timeline, that version of you, fade away, and you begin to fully animate the new one. And here is the most magnificent, mystical part of this entire process. The version of you that is already living your desired reality, your future self or your expanded self, is not just waiting for you at some distant destination. That version of you is real now, and it is conscious. And it is reaching back through the quantum field, through the veil, to guide you. What do you think intuition is? What do you think those gut feelings are? Those sudden insights that come from nowhere? Those moments of déjà vu or strange knowing? Those are not random biological quirks. They are transmissions. They are communications. They are navigation signals from your expanded self, guiding you home to the timeline where you and it merge and become one. The pull you feel toward your dream is not just you desiring it. It is your future self pulling you toward it. Your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to get still, to get quiet, to raise your frequency so you can hear the navigation signals, and then to have the courage to act on them. When this phase transition completes, when your frequency has fully phase-locked with your desired timeline, something magical occurs. It is a property of complex systems called emergence. In any system, emergence is when new, unpredictable, and higher-order properties arise that were not present in the individual components. A single neuron by itself is not conscious. A single water molecule by itself is not wet, but when you bring them together in a coherent, complex system, new properties emerge. Consciousness emerges from the neurons. Wetness emerges from the water. The whole becomes infinitely greater than the sum of its parts. You are about to experience emergence in your own life. You are not just getting more of your old life, e.g., more money in the same old world. You are emerging as a new being in a new reality. Abilities you didn't know you had will suddenly emerge. Solutions to problems that seemed impossible will appear fully formed. Resources will flow to you from channels you never could have predicted. Relationships will materialize that align with your highest path effortlessly. This isn't because you got better at manifesting. It is because you have shifted into a new configuration of reality, a new operating system, where what you desire is already the natural order. In this new configuration, abundance isn't something you chase. It's simply how energy flows. And the most profound part of all of this entire process of transformation, of upgrading, is happening right now. As you absorb these words, as these concepts and frequencies land in your awareness, your physical brain is rewiring itself. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity, but what they are really describing in scientific terms is consciousness reshaping the physical matter of your brain to match new patterns of understanding. Every aha moment you feel, every spark of recognition, every emotional resonance, every shiver you feel as a truth lands, that is a new neural pathway forming in real time. These are not just temporary thoughts. These are permanent structural changes in your brain that are creating the biological foundation for your expanded reality to become your lived default experience. Your nervous system is, in this very moment, downloading new software. It is downloading software that knows how to navigate quantum realities, software that expects miracles, software that recognizes abundance as your birthright, software that interprets synchronicities as normal, everyday communication from the universe. This transmission is not just information, it is an energetic attunement. It is a frequency-encoded activation. It is designed to help you remember the ancient, powerful, divine truth that your soul already knows. You are not learning something new. You are remembering who you have always been. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not distance. It is not time. It is not effort. It is only frequency. And you alone have the power to change that frequency in any instant. This is your breakthrough. This is your quantum reflection. Trust what is unfolding. Embrace what is coming. Step fully and with childlike wonder into the frequency of receiving, for that is your natural divine birthright. If you're ready to expand your consciousness, to claim your power, and to step into your next quantum leap, subscribe now as a declaration to the universe that you are ready. Leave a comment below with the one word that captures the energy you are choosing to become, and share this message with someone else whose soul is ready to awaken. Welcome to the beginning of everything you've been preparing for.